Hi everyone, welcome to PG Storytime. My name is Miss Abril, and you may have noticed that once again we're in a bit of a different setup. We're moving stuff around, but it looks like there's gonna be a new recording spot. And quick announcement, PG Storytime right now is once a month, and it's the fourth week of the month. So in that 4th week of the month, we will be having our craft kit coming out, and the PG Storytime will still be on Tuesday afternoons. And besides that, remember that we have Toddler Tales this Thursday at 10:30 a.m. live on our Facebook or afterwards on YouTube. And we have Inclusive Art Club, in case you haven't seen. This one has a craft kit as well. It's like this beautiful flower painting. So be sure to check that one out. That's going to be at 2 p.m. this Friday. Okay, so speaking of crafts, you might have picked up this little cow craft for this PG story time. I thought this was so cute. So I hope you get a chance to get one. If not, this only needs a few materials, so you can follow along still when we put our cow together. But of course, you can always give us a call and ask for availability of the kits. Now, the reason we're talking about cows is because we're reading The Girl Who Thought in Pictures. This is about Dr. Temple Grandin. She is an animal scientist, and we're gonna learn about what it means to think in pictures and how does she find interest in cows and other animals, for example. This is written by Julia Finley Mosca, and it's illustrated by Daniel Riley. We would like to thank the publisher, Innovation Press, for allowing us to share this with you. Okay, let's jump in. The Girl Who Thought in Pictures, the story of Dr. Temple Grandin. If you ever felt different, if you ever been low, if you don't quite fit in, there's a name you should know. Temple Grandin's that name. In her tale, you'll find glory. So get ready, get set for this cowgirl's true story. First of all, wow, look how many cows we have here already. Brown and white cows, there's a black cow, there's also usually black and white cows. In the city of Boston, one hot summer day, a sweet baby was born. It was Temple, hooray! 2 hairs. Unique from the start, an unusual girl, she loves spinning in circles and watching things twirl. But some things she hated, like certain loud sounds, or bright, crowded places, large cities and towns. How do you think she feels here? Kind of like overwhelmed, like I gotta cover my ears, it's too loud here. Frilly dresses with tags made her itch, pull, and tug. Something else that she hated? A big, squeezy hug. I know. Not into hugs, huh? Not all of are. A shy loner, this Temple, but when she got mad, when her feelings of stress and frustration got bad, quite a tantrum she'd throw. Kick, holler, bang, shriek. Yet still, by age 3, not one word did she speak. She'll never be normal, was what some did say. Her brain's not quite right. You must send her away. Away? Not my Temple, her mother proclaimed. We will figure this out. You should all be ashamed. She's interested in playing with that Newton's cradle. Then, little by little, though sometimes she balked, special teachers helped Temple, and one day she talked. And that thing with her brain, it was autism, see? She was different, not less. They all finally agreed. Like most kids her age, she loved ice cream and art, but the way Temple thought was what set her apart. If something was mentioned, for instance, a fly, in her mind, she'd see dozens of photos buzz by. Buzz by? Ah, you see what she's thinking of. So things fly, images of the colors, maybe the texture of the wings. When the time came for school, let's just say that was hard. Kids taunted and chased her all over the yard. They picked on poor Temple. How crazy it drove her. They teased her for saying things over and over, and over and over and over. Look at her. Uh-oh. Looks like the kids are not understanding. Maybe she's a little different. Until finally, she snapped. Yes, she did. Lost her cool. Threw a book at a kid and was kicked out of school. No one really got Temple, but well, then again, the truth of it was, Temple didn't get them. You need time away, said her mom. That's what's best. You'll go visit your aunt on a ranch way out west. And guess what? Fitting in on a farm was less stress, since the pigs didn't care if her hair was a mess. Oh, look at the pigs. Oink, oink. See, she's kind of in the mud with them. Quite a sweet spot she had for the cows in their herds, such big, gentle beasts who knew nothing of words. As she watched her new friends, a thought popped in her head. These cows think like me, in pictures instead. What do you think the cow's feeling here? To me, the Abril looks like a little worried, and the cow's seeing strong wind, rain, clouds, umbrellas. Hey, I don't think the cow knows the word umbrella, but it looks like it understands what it is. At a new school that fall, Temple found more support, and a teacher who taught her, you'll never fall short. When you find what you're good at, like science, you'll soar. And the teacher was right. He had opened a door. Oh, so she's getting more interested in science? So she built a machine like she's seen on some farms. An invention that hugged her with boards and not arms. It worked. She had done it from memory, it's true. And just like the cows, it made Temple calm too. I'm special, she thought, like a bright shooting star. My attention to details can help me go far. Through her studies, she learned there were farms not so kind. I will help them, she said. Some solutions she'd find. What do you think the problem is here? You can kind of see here. There's like not a lot of space for the cow flow. It's like they're bumping into each other. Oh, and then, loud noises. Don't think they like those either. Oh, and look, this ramp was a little too steep. So interesting. She's understanding what things are stressing the cows. And then something cool. Can you guess? Could it be? Off to college she went. A degree, she earned 3. And though ladies weren't experts on farm at that time, do you think that stopped Temple? No way, she did fine. She stepped through that door and went forward. No tears. She took on the world, but at times she had fears. Because some things were scary, like people she'd meet who'd ignore her ideas and, well, weren't so sweet. But she never gave up, learned her stuff through and through. Like white cattle will circle, and what makes them moo? To build better farms was her goal. She would do it. Be kind to her creatures. They have feelings. She knew it. And slowly but surely, she changed many minds until farm after farm built her awesome designs. Word spread about Temple. Her feet's not so small. Temple Grandin, she's grand, the grandest of all. Now, for these things and more, she's won honors and prizes, and a movie was made. But the biggest surprise is that girl with the future that couldn't be bleaker. Yes, the one silent girl, she is now a big speaker. Today, she spreads hope with her stories and speeches. From New York to Sydney to Rome, Temple teaches. Each person is special, so unique are our minds. This world needs your ideas. It takes brains of all kinds. So, here's the lesson. Feeling odd or offbeat, feeling different might just be what makes you so neat. Don't let the doubt hold you back, not for 1 minute more. Stand tall and like Temple, march right through that door. Yay, the end. How interesting. We saw in the book that not only do we feel feelings, of course, like we can say, I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling scared. Animals feel that too, but they don't know how to say, I'm scared, right? So she was kind of able to tell how the cows were feeling by their mooing, if they were mooing when they were stressed, or if they were like bumping into each other too much and that was causing stress. Did you know the cows like to go in circles because it makes them feel like they're walking back home? I thought that was so interesting, and that's why she implemented a lot of curves in her design, because the cows feel more comfortable going in a circle, or even circling around the farmer. So in the same way that she was able to figure out how when a cow was stressed, for example, because of their behavior, they would kind of back up a bit, they would moo a lot. And she describes these animals as thinking in pictures because they don't know words, right? Like in English. They don't know how to say, I'm afraid. Can I go somewhere where I can be a little safer? No, I don't know how to communicate with us like that. So it felt like at first, when Temple was young, she also had trouble communicating, right? Like here, she was feeling frustrated, right? And she couldn't express that in any other way. She still didn't know how to talk yet. And of course, they mentioned how she went to a special teacher. I believe it was a speech therapist, and she was more properly diagnosed with having autism. So in case you're not familiar with what autism is, you might have friends and family that have it. It's also known as autism spectrum disorder, and it's essentially a different way that a child's brain develops. And like we saw in the book, certain sensory things can be a little overwhelming. Like at one point, the lights get too bright, or maybe you don't like the feeling of the clothes, can be a little uncomfortable, or some noise gets a little too much and it's overwhelming. So you need to kind of have your space to calm down. But of course, like all other of us, people with autism are just humans too, and they have their emotions, and well, like animals too, right? They have feelings, and they just want to be respected also. And yes, they do want to make friends. But again, it can be a little difficult to get there. And like we saw in the book, like Temple was getting teased because she was a little different, and kids didn't understand that, so they just had to make fun of her. But I think an important thing from that, that I believe she learned with the animals too, is to be patient and kind, to try to understand how other people communicate. Okay, well, to finish off, I do want to do a yoga pose. It's going to be a little modified. If you want to do the full one, I'll put a picture of what they look like in their normal form. Normally you have to be on your knees and hands, and it's called cat and cow or cow and cat. I'm actually not sure which one first. But you can also do this seated. So I'm crisscross applesauce here on the floor, and then I'm putting my hands right on my knees. That's kind of, we're gonna leave them there. And make sure your back is comfortable. You don't want to feel weird. You don't have to be like particularly straight or anything. Just kind of like this. And then we're gonna inhale for cow. And a cow, if it's not the best in our paper plate example, normally cows have more of a curve here, right? You can see here, like this. So when we go cow, it's like this. You take a deep inhale. And what you're doing is basically using your belly button to push out. You don't want to force your neck or anything, but you can drop your head back. And then hold it for a few seconds, and then we're gonna exhale, and that's when we push our belly button in. Basically, like you're pushing yourself. Whoa. And you can lean back. It's basically like you're trying to get away, like doing this. So let's do one proper. So hands on knees, and we're gonna do cow. So inhale. And cat. One more cow, one more cow. And last cat. Okay, I'll put a little video of where I got this one from in case you'd like to see the normal version of it. But I love that one. It's super fun to do. You can even moo and meow as you do it, especially if you get a chance to do it on the floor. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you again for joining me. We will see you in June. Oh, what do we have? Can I say? Oh, yes. We have like a chicken-related craft. Really excited about that one. It looks super cute. Okay, everyone. Then I'll see you next month. But hopefully I also get to see you around the library. We'll see you around. Have a good night.